Good morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Good
morning,
morning, ma'am.
ma'am.
So, before we start our discussion, I want you to know our objectives for this discussion, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
at the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify and define the elements of the story. And you will discuss the story chronologically, and then you will reflect on the theme of the story. Are we clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Very good. So, again, good morning, class.
Good
Morning,
morning,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Morning,
So,
ma'am.
before we start our discussion for today, I want you to observe this picture that I will be sharing in your screen. And later on, you will share your ideas about it. Okay?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Wait, I will share screen it. Okay, so the first picture is, what do you think is this picture?
Ma'am, a photo of love.
Correct. Now, the heart symbolizes of what?
Ma'am, it symbolizes love.
Very good, class. So, who can give me an idea about love?
Ma'am, for me, love is when you care for someone.
Very good. Another?
Ma'am, it's a strong feeling towards someone.
Yes, Miss Liwa.
Ma'am, I think love is about giving gifts to our loved ones.
Yes, excellent, class. So, another question is, what if your loved ones die? Or what would you feel or why?
Ma'am, I will feel sad because the loved ones is already part of my life.
Yes, so other answer?
Ma'am, as a student who lost my grandparents, I felt empty because they are part of my life and they are the ones who babysit me when I was still a child.
Yes, thank you for that, Miss Santiago. It's okay, they are both in safe place now. So another answer, Miss Liwa?
Ma'am, I think I will feel sadness, especially when that person is so close to you, then you will feel that you have lost a part of yourself.
Yes, another Miss Korea.
Ma'am, for me, when I heard the word death, I feel afraid because imagine when someone left you, it will hurt you a lot.
Yes, class. So that is such a scary word because no one wants to be left behind, right? That's why always pray for your loved ones. Now, who has the idea about our topic for today?
Ma'am, I think it's about life and death.
Correct, but what do you think is the title of this story that talks about death and love?
Ma'am, Cupid and Psyche.
Nice try, Miss Lingay. Another answer?
Ma'am, I think
The short story that we will discuss today is the story of Orpheus and Eurydice.
Yes, excellent class. Are you ready to know the story of Orpheus and Eurydice?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Very good. Wait. Okay, class. So today we are going to discuss the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. But before that, I will give you 15 minutes to read the story of Orpheus. Write the important information and analyze it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
You may leave the call for now and come back here after 15 minutes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I will just comment the link on the comment section and you can just visit it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you may leave the call
Yes,
for now.
ma'am.
Are you done, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Hope you all read the story well. Are you ready to discuss the story?
Yes, ma'am. We're ready.
Yes,
Okay, wait.
ma'am, we
Yes,
are
ma'am.
ready.
We are ready.
Let me share screen my PowerPoint. Yes, Miss Santiago. What is the title of the story that you have read?
Ma'am, the title of the story is Orpheus and Eurydice.
Yes, correct. So, okay, first, who are the main characters of the story and what kind of characters they are?
Ma'am, the characters of the story are Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus has a dynamic character while Eurydice has a static character.
Very good. And who is the mother of Orpheus?
Ma'am, the mother of Orpheus is Calliope.
Excellent class. Looks like you've analyzed the story very well. So, now who is the father of Orpheus?
Ma'am, the name of his father wasn't mentioned in the story, but it says there that he is immortal like Orpheus.
Yes, very good, Miss Liwa. You, other characters who are the queen and king of the underworld.
Ma'am, the king and queen of the underworld are Hades and Persephone.
Yes, thank you, Miss Correa. Next, let's move on the summary of the story. But before that, please bring out a piece of paper and pen and write a plot about the story with the use of plot diagram. After that, take a photo of it and upload it in our Files tab. I will make a folder for it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Noted, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, class, has everyone done? Have you uploaded it already?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now let's start. But before that, let's have a twist here. I will begin the story first and you will continue it. You must know the story for you to follow the flow of it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Are you ready, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
let's start. In a faraway land, there was a mortal man named Orpheus, son of Calliope, and a mortal. Orpheus inherited his talent in music from his mother. Yes, Miss Santiago, please continue if what will happen next.
When Orpheus played his lyre, everyone who listens to his sweet melody tends to forget what they are doing just to listen to it. Even the wild beasts stop from what he is doing to listen to his music, same as the rock, trees, and river change their directions just to hear him play.
Stop there, Miss Santiago. Thank you, Miss Santiago. Yes, Miss Correa, will you please continue?
Orpheus was so in love with a woman named Eurydice. When they married, they lived their life happily until one day Eurydice stepped on a poisonous snake.
What happened to Eurydice after she steps on a poisonous snake? Who wants to recite, class?
Ma'am, she died.
Yes, she died. After she died, what happened next?
Ma'am, after Eurydice died, Orpheus longed for Eurydice. That's why he roamed around the world playing sad melodies to overcome his grief.
Okay, thank you, Miss Liwa. What will happen next after Eurydice died?
Ma'am, Orpheus roamed around the world playing sad melodies to overcome his grief.
Very good. Orpheus roamed around the world playing sad melodies to overcome his grief. But because he misses Eurydice so much, what did Orpheus do?
Ma'am, when Orpheus misses so much Eurydice, he followed her in the underworld. He thinks that to charm Hades and Persephone just to get back his beloved wife Eurydice.
Yes, thank you, Miss Santiago. He follows her in the underworld just to get back his wife. What happened next, Miss Correa?
Ma'am, Orpheus went to the underworld while playing his lyre so that all those immortals will let him pass the gate, and he successfully entered the underworld. Hades and Persephone got shocked because of his presence in the underworld. But before Orpheus kicked out in the underworld, he played his lyre that makes.
Okay, stop there, Miss Correa. What happened to Persephone after she heard the melodies that were played by Orpheus? Yes, Miss Liwa.
Ma'am, Persephone became soft-hearted for the first time.
Yes, very good, Miss Liwa. Persephone becomes soft-hearted for the first time. So, Orpheus uses his sweet melody to encourage Hades and Persephone to give back her wife. And they give what they want. But before Orpheus and Eurydice leave the underworld, Hades and Persephone summon them but in one condition. What is that one condition, Miss Santiago?
Ma'am, Orpheus should not look back to Eurydice who's following him until they are out of the underworld.
Very good. Orpheus should not look back to Eurydice, who's following him until they are out of the world. But what did Orpheus did?
Ma'am, he looks back to Eurydice because she did not answer what he said.
What happened to Eurydice when Orpheus looks back at her?
Ma'am, Eurydice slowly disappeared.
Correct, Miss Correa. Thank you for that. Now, what is the last word of Eurydice before she disappears?
Ma'am, her last word is farewell.
Yes, very good, Miss Lingay. Her last word is farewell before she disappears. Now, class, let's identify the conflict of the story. Anyone?
Ma'am, I think the conflict of the story is when he looks back at Eurydice.
Yes. The conflict of the story is Orpheus looks back to his wife. Yes, it is. Why do you think Orpheus looks back to his wife?
Ma'am, because Eurydice did not answer what he said.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Miss Liwa. Next, where is the setting of the story?
Ma'am, the setting of the story is at the forest.
Yes, we have a lot of setting in this story. Yes, Miss Lingay.
Ma'am, at the river.
Very good. Another one.
Ma'am, at the underworld.
Yes, very good. Next. So, the setting of the story are in the forest, at the river, and at the underworld. Next, let's determine the theme of the story. All of you, please comment your ideas on the comment section. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I will
Yes,
give you
ma'am.
yes, I will give you 2 minutes to think of the theme of the story that we've discussed and comment it on the comment section. And after that, I will call students who will recite their work. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Noted,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, very good. You may now start. On the comment section, please comment your ideas. It can be one or two words or more than two words. I can see the comment of Miss Rachel Santiago now. And let's wait for the others. I have also seen the answer of Miss Correa. Let's wait for your other classmates, class. We're still waiting for the two students in our class. Yes, I have seen the answer of Miss Linglingay. We're only waiting for one student. Yes, Miss Liliwa already commented her answer. So your answers are for Miss Santiago. She commented that the theme of the story is love. For Miss Korean music. For Miss Linglingay is trust. And for Miss Liliwa is that. Now, I will now, Miss Santiago, what is the theme of the short story or Orpheus and Eurydice? Give one and explain your answer.
Ma'am, for me, it's about love because Orpheus shows in the story how he loves Eurydice so much that he went to the underworld just to bring her back.
Yes, that is an so romantic love for Orpheus and Eurydice. Very good. Another.
Mom, trust, because in the story, when Orpheus is summoned by Hades and Persephone to not look back, he didn't trust Hades and Eurydice when she didn't answer.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you, Miss Lingay. Another one.
Mom death because Eurydice died in the story.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Miss Liwa. Is there any more? Yes,
Ma'am,
Miss
the power
Korea.
Ma'am, the power of music because of the sweet melodies created by Orpheus' lyre. Everyone who hears his music tends to forget what they are doing.
Yes, thank you for that, Miss Korea. Thank you for reciting in our class. Next is the tone and mood of the story. What do you think is the tone of the story, Miss Linglingay?
Mom, I think the tone of the story is sad and lost because the story ends with Eurydice's death and loss because he didn't bring back his wife.
Yes, correct, Miss Linglingay. It is sad and lost. Now, what is the mood? Yes, Miss Liuliwa.
Mom, I think because Orpheus in the end and Eurydice died.
Yes. Thank you for that, Miss Liliwa. Excellent class. I hope you learned something today about our discussion. So that is the elements of the story entitled Orpheus and Eurydice. Now, class, that we have tackled the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, what would be the ending of the story if Orpheus did not look back to Eurydice? Yes, Miss
Ma'am,
Correa.
Ma'am, for me, the ending of the story will become happy because they will live happily ever after if Eurydice comes back.
Yes, very good. The ending would be happy if Orpheus didn't look back to Eurydice. If Orpheus did trust enough Eurydice and Hades, they will come out in the underworld together, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But that's the twist of the story that we must respect because that twist make the story more interesting and become a popular book. Do you understand, class?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what you have learned today in the story, you may use it in real life. All the themes are the lesson that you have learned, all right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, class, stories may be fiction, but these stories are the ones that can make a person change his or her principles in life. It's like those short stories become our eye opener in realizing things that it's not only in the story, it can also happen in reality if you will just apply them in your or in real life, like the lessons that you have learned by just reading different kinds of stories. So again, class, what is the story that we have discussed today?
Ma'am, the story that we have discussed today is about the story of Orpheus and Eurydice.
Yes, thank you, Miss Liwa. It is about the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. Now, what is the story all about?
Ma'am, it's all about love, loss, and death.
Yes, thank you, Miss Lingay. Very good. Writing and reading stories, poems, and many more literature can be an escape from reality. Always remember that. It was made for us to engage ourselves when we are sad and feel different or we felt different things or feelings that we can't feel in real life. Like if you wanted to be happy, just or if you were sad and you wanted to be happy, you just need to read books that can make you feel happy. Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Always, another one is that always remember that when you read, make sure to make reflections for you to apply what have you learned in the story. You can also share it to other people. Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Noted.
Noted.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Noted.
Noted.
Yes. If you are sad, then write. If you want to explore the world, then read. That's the power of literature. Do you understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, excellent, class. Now that we have done discussing the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, and you have already experienced reading and analyzing a short story, I want you to write a reflection paper about the short story that we have discussed today, which is entitled The Orpheus and Eurydice. Let me share my screen. So, yes, of course, you will write a reflection paper, and here are your guides in writing your reflection paper. Here's the questions that you will be ulit po. So here is your guide in writing your reflection paper. Yes, guys, you will write a reflection paper, and here's the question that will guide you in writing your reflection paper. The first one is yes, Miss Liliwa, can you please read the first question?
What have you learned in the story?
Yes. Yes, Miss Correa. Please read the second question.
What are the key concepts to be highlighted?
Yes, thank you. And the third question, please read Miss Linglingay.
How will you apply it to your own life?
Yes, these are the three questions that will guide you in writing your reflection paper. Write it, please write it in a creative way you would make, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
You will upload your work in our assignment tab, okay? I will make a tab for it.
Yes,
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
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 Mm. Aside from making a reflection paper, I will also upload your quiz. And after 30 minutes, you can answer your quiz after 30 minutes. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
The time will start after you leave the call. Mm-hmm.
Noted, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
after answering the quiz, I will post your assignment on the assignment tab. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
okay. You may start working on it now. Please manage your time for answering the quiz, your reflection paper, and your assignment. Are we clear, class?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that ends our discussion for today, class. Stay safe and healthy, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
thank
God
Thank you,
bless
you.
ma'am.
po.
Thank you, ma'am.